Hello, John.
Hello, Oliver.
Today we're going to talk about the Rosary crusade, which is world famous in the 50s, 60s and 70s.
That's right. About the famous Mayo-born Father Peyton. It was world famous in the 50s, 60s and 70s. Father Patrick Peyton was born near Ballina in County Mayo in the late 1800s. And there was a family of about 9. And 2 sisters emigrated to America, to I think Chicago, I think it was, maybe it was Boston, but either way it wasn't New York. They emigrated there, and Father Patrick was left school at 14 or thereabouts and was working as a labourer, and his brother Tom likewise. So the 2 of them, the sisters invited him, and they went to America and lived with the sisters for a while, and worked at the same thing in the construction business, in the labour business, in the building business. And Father Patrick Peyton still was a lay person. He became a caretaker for a Catholic church in Chicago, I think it was Chicago, and the priest there, he got on very well with the parishioners, and he expressed a desire to the priest that he'd like to be a priest. He'd like to want to be a priest, and the priest facilitated him, and he did. Now, obviously, he had to do nearly from the beginning, but become a priest. And funny enough, his brother Tom also become a priest.
Very good.
Now, they were, as I say, in many ways you could say simple, but oftentimes they're the best. Mm-hmm. And but Father Patrick Peyton then, when he was a priest, was stricken with TB, tuberculosis. That was a killer in this country, and poor Father Patrick Peyton got the tuberculosis. And he made a vow to our Blessed Mother, the Blessed Virgin, the Mother of Jesus. He made a vow that if he recovered, he'd devote his life to promoting the Rosary. He was cured, and that's what he did, and with great success. Mm-hmm. in the United States, in South America, and in Europe, and he visited this country also, and it was a great success. Because don't forget, he followed in the footsteps of Father Matthew, who was another marvellous priest that we don't hear much about. I think he's a saint, or he's blessed, because he introduced the pioneer pin for Irish Catholics who were nearly like the poor Indians that were in the US. They got what they call whatever they called it, had some name for it. The Irish people were too fond of drink, and they were being destroyed, and they were being destroyed by the people who ruled the country at the time, the British. So he started this pioneer movement, Father Matthew, and it's become a success. And so a lot of Irish people become pioneers, and that was another help as regards the survival and the practice of the Catholic faith. Anyways, Father Peyton followed on his line, along him, but with the Rosary. In Rio de Janeiro, he had upwards of 2 million people following the Rosary, and this is in South America. I don't know how he did it. He also got on very well in Hollywood, and certain well-known film stars at the time supported him, and they gave him facilities. He made films about the Rosary. He made films about St. Patrick when he came to Ireland. He had a marvellous film about that I had, which I was delighted to see during Easter on EWTN, that station that I look at, because here it's a film. And then I saw him on again, where he was interviewing Archbishop Fulton John Sheen, and Archbishop Fulton John Sheen and him got on very well, but he was turned over Archbishop Fulton John Sheen. And Archbishop Fulton John Sheen was a tall man, the greatest broadcaster in the Catholic Church that then got more converts than nearly anyone. And so he was talking to Father Patrick Peyton, and Father Patrick Peyton was 6'4" in height.
Well,
he was a big man with a big heart and a soft voice. And funny enough, in one of the Irish Catholic there recently, I see where somebody wrote a book about him. So he suddenly has come. I knew him, of course, and knew all about him when I was younger. But he had disappeared to all intents and purposes. But now it's coming again because of what's happening in this country with the referendum supporting 2 men or 2 women getting married. They called it marriage equality, but it wasn't that whatsoever. They didn't call it by its proper name. Mm-hmm. And then they brought in the abortion and called it something else, and now it's abortion nearly up to birth. It's the most draconian and satanic law that ever could possibly come into any country. And so this is why now Father Patrick Peyton has come into the news again, and why the Rosary now is being promoted in Knock and all around the country, and another Rosary crusades are starting, because we have to deal with what's after happening in the country. We can't just sit and sort of do nothing. Mm-hmm. The Christian Jobs Action Party is foremost in that area, and our supporters, I think, is a sign of that we have a lot of support from people that have watched our videos and see what we stand for, because we stand for good Catholic principles and the practice of the Catholic faith. And we also stand for issues affecting the quality of life for Irish people, with the destruction of the towns and villages, and they're nearly like ghost towns now because of the policies. We'll be bringing that up when we're talking about the broadband and other issues shortly. So I want to leave you with a good note that there are steps to deal with what has happened in this country, and we will get it overturned as soon as we can.
Thank you very much, John.
Thank you very much, Albert.